What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Parasyte, this time with episodes 11 and 12. Another couple of bangers last time out. Again, been loving this series so far. Last time's episodes, we had quite a bit of action with the Parasyte going berserk in school. He was meant to be spying on Shinichi, keeping a low profile, but as with most of these Parasytes that try to do that, they're not really too great at that, are they? I think their instincts get in the way, to be honest with you. They very much, their survival instincts very much is kind of who they are for these parasites. But yeah, lots of little interesting bits with the baby at the end of last episode, with the government actually discovering a way to but they secretly kind of put out a way to discover who is a parasite and who isn't, although that I'm still kind of questioning that, because yes, that's a good way to find out who's a parasite or not, but if you do that to someone and it kind of reminds me of the scene in The Thing. I bring up The Thing quite a bit here, but when they like test the blood, I guess it's quite similar to that. As soon as they find out by pulling out a hair, the person who's questioning them is just going to die, right? As with The Thing, the Thing just, if you guys haven't seen that movie, definitely recommend it. If you like this anime, you'll definitely love The Thing by John Carpenter. Yeah, the Thing just reveals itself and goes a bit nuts. So, as I said, definitely recommend that to any of you guys that love this kind of body horror, kind of morphing stuff. But also, it's just a really good kind of conspiracy type movie. Suspicion movie, perhaps, is actually a better way of describing it. But yeah, let's get right into today's episode. Also, on that note, I think they're remastering the game, which I've never played, but sounds interesting. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about these episodes in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. Well, this guy seems normal, I think. I guess not. Yeah, indeed. He was pretty good at hiding that. He had a bit of expression in his voice, actually, compared to a few other parasites. Me neither. I don't care for many, if any, food that contains alcohol. I just don't like it. I like, again, I don't really drink too much nowadays or anything, but even when I did drink quite often, it's just like, I don't really like the taste of most alcohol. I say like 99% of alcohol I don't like the taste of, especially when they are like stronger, which is usually the ones used in food. I just think it overpowers the meal most of the time. I can always just taste the alcohol and never the actual food. So I kind of think with sauces like ketchup as well. I love tomatoes, but I hate tomato ketchup because I feel like everything I eat tomato ketchup with, or what I used to anyway, again, it's been let's say tens of years. I'm only in my 20s, but yeah, I haven't had ketchup in like 10, 20 years, just because if I eat it with fries, I can't taste the fries. If I eat it with burger, I just end up usually tasting the ketchup. It just overpowers everything. So I'm with you on that one, Miss Parasyte. But yeah, it does look like the Parasyte is going to be catching on. So did they? Yeah, I think they mentioned something about if they started wearing wigs or something, right? And in that case, I think I've got a few long nose hairs right now, to be honest with you. Probably. Yeah, just like take a nose hair or like an arm hair or something if they end up wearing wigs. Like, there's ways to circumvent it. What if they end up balding themselves? What if they pretend to be a alopecia patient or something? That would be quite a good excuse, actually, wouldn't it? I've got no hair for you to pull. What's this? Dream sequence. Fuck it. We know who that is. Interesting that she's actually dreaming about him being morphing though. Like, what is the deal with this girl? This is who I assume it is, right? That's Shinichi and that's the girl that was with the bullies. Why is she like weirdly specific yet kind of accurate dream? And yet she actually knows none of this. What the fuck? Why does he look like that? There we go. I don't know why he was so shaded. So rugged. Again, what a strangely specific dream. Maybe it is like that clairvoyant stuff that I was talking about earlier on. It's like she just randomly is able to see stuff. Aoi Tori, the blue bird. But you give off that same vibe, so. Pick his hair. Well, I wonder if that would do something with Shinichi. That's an interesting question, actually, isn't it? Would he react the same as the Parasyte? I guess not. To be honest, I could see a case for either way. You're gonna keep that? She is. What if it withers away eventually? What if it, do you know what? I'm gonna guess now. I'm gonna guess that that won't be there the next time she looks. Bit of a weird thing to do though. That's a red flag right there. She is special, isn't she? I don't know why. And now the question begs, like, how many of these special people are there? Isn't he just told her essentially that he's a parasite by saying that? As I said in the intro, I feel like that would get you killed. Probably better not to find out and not to test people. For the government, it obviously reveals them, but I think that maybe shows. I think that maybe shows from the government, doesn't it? Their intentions. I said last week the fact that you might just have to nuke Japan if this gets too out of hand. It's maybe in a similar sense of small sacrifices to save the wider population. Obviously, the people that reveal these parasites by picking out their hair will most likely die, and you got to imagine the government realizes that. But that also outs the parasites, so the government / the police or whatever will be able to find them and neutralize them or whatever they want to do. Again, I can't imagine the government will just want to neutralize this. I think they will want to integrate and use these parasites, to be honest with you, which I don't think is a good idea. But yeah, so it's actually quite dark, and I think it's quite easily seen as well, right? Just the fact that well, I say that no one actually knows this hair thing is because of the parasites. The government kind of set this out as just some kind of like fad. But when it does come out, surely that you'd hope the masses will criticize the government heavily for using techniques that get their citizens killed to reveal these parasites. But the thing is, if these parasites aren't revealed, they'll just continue killing people anyway. So either way, you've got dead people. I guess this is just a more effective use of that person that would die. Again, it sounds awfully unempathetic and quite inhumane, doesn't it? But sometimes governments need to do stuff like that, I guess. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of the government stuff, actually. And as I've mentioned a few times, I do feel like there probably is someone within the government or in a high position of power that is a parasite. I just get that feeling. And I wouldn't be too surprised if it's the guy that we see with the pregnant woman, or the pregnant parasite. Definitely. I did say that. He literally pretty much told her that he was a parasite by saying that she'd get into danger if she kept sensing him. Yeah, she only really saw him at one time getting bullied. And that was how he was. And then since then he's changed quite a bit. No, he actually saved her life. As I've mentioned as well a few times, women seem to like dangerous guys. I was definitely like my most popular phase with women was when I was a delinquent, and when I was doing drugs and drinking underage and all that kind of jazz. Yakuza? We're infiltrating the Yakuza? Holy shit. Maybe this is what I was talking about earlier about the high positions of power, but actually in a different sense. In the criminal manner, not the government manner. Interesting that. Fucking Yakuza. Holy shit. This guy hasn't even needed to transform or anything. Really infiltrating the Yakuza. Jesus. Yeah. Fuck that. Get out. Run. Run! Oh, fuck's sake. That guy's pompadour. Oh, he landed one. Oh, fucking hell. Ha. So they is this a test? Is this a test you reckon to see how they do against the government? Interesting. Holy crap. This guy is no normal parasite though, right? I feel like if it was a normal parasite, I feel like, yeah, I do think the Yakuza would probably be able to handle just one normal parasite, right? Oh shit. Do you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Jeepers Creepers. Just snatch him up. Don't want to mention that movie too much because the director is disgusting. So yeah, won't mention that again. There's the guy. Oh shit! So he just took his face, or it's not the exact same face, is it? No, it's not the exact same. It looks slightly different, and we see this guy in the So this is not the guy that we saw with the pregnant woman. Okay. Hard with all the face shifting and stuff, isn't it? But yeah, we see this guy in the opening. I'm not sure if he's also the guy that we see on the, kind of cover artwork, with like some massive parasite guy. Like technically, I'm not sure if that's him as well. But again, this parasite definitely seems quite special, doesn't he? Like I said, I feel like from what we've seen from the parasites, I feel like any of the parasites we've faced till this point would have just been killed by all those Yakuza, surely. Can't be sure about that. I don't know, I feel like they had enough firepower and weapons. But yeah, I feel this guy is going to be a big deal. Not the worst crime ever. I just mentioned this earlier on in the series, I don't know about. If anyone could die, let's hope it's the criminals. I don't think Yakuza, I mean, I'm not too informed on the Yakuza, so I don't know if they do awfully terrible things, but there's definitely worse criminals out there that I prefer to die than the Yakuza. They've got some kind of office. Yeah, he's got a boss. They've got an office and a boss, these parasites. Well, this is quite funny, isn't it? we're just like, we're having a lovely little date right here. Yeah, going on in the background of all this is parasites having meetings in business rooms and massacring Yakuza. I feel like this is very much a opposite of, this is very nice on the surface, but as I just said, in the background, things are getting really fucked up right now, behind the scenes. Really fucked up. That is unusual. He is actually yourself, essentially. Part of me.
いつか旅先でお父さんが怪我して、それで
行こうか。
やっぱり聞いちゃまずかったかな。
It's not because of that. He senses something, doesn't he? Oh. Well, that was not what I was expecting.
らしいね。
野良犬の親子でもないか、首輪してるし。これ、泉くん？
今日はいい天気だね。そんなに寒くもないし。
泉くん、おじいさんみたい。
So is he like actively avoiding a parasite right now while he's on this date? Like, what's going on here?
ほら、行くよ。早く。なんでバカなんて。私だってね。さあ、行こう。泉くん？
あなた、穴が開いている。
穴？どうしたの？大丈夫？
It's quite. I've only just really actually understood or given thought to this, to be honest with you. The fact that he gave his mum a scar on her hand that made him feel terrible, and now his mum has given him a scar that is now making him feel terrible. That was when he looked at it. He felt terrible. Obviously, she's not there to look at his scar and feel terrible, but he feels terrible when he saw something similar to that situation. We've only just caught on to that actually. Obviously, this scene right here shows that quite a bit. But I imagine that woman wasn't a parasite. He would have been able to detect it, and I'd hope he'd do something about it, considering there's a little kid right there. But I don't think she's a parasite. She had a pretty. I really love that with this show. To be honest with you, the fact that just from like the voices, you can't actually tell who's a parasite or not. I did think that was a dead giveaway at the start of the show. Like, oh, they sound so monotone, and they look really like monotone and just like unemotional and such as well. And you can tell quite a few parasites from that. Don't get me wrong, and we will be able to. Sure, I can almost assure you that as well. But like, I love that they make you question it by giving like normal humans and such some of these like monotone voices as well that seemingly don't change in tone even when they're in a slightly intense situation like that with her son right there. Her voice kind of sounded the same throughout, and I think that's intentional to again give you that is she not, and so on. I really like little details like that. Another movie I really enjoyed that came out last year, I think, that had something similar in terms of like questioning the characters was a movie called I forget what it's called now. Sorry guys, I do just want to actually look it up real quick. It was really underrated, although I think people didn't like the end of the movie that much. It's got Chris Starr in it from The Boys. He plays Homelander, I think. Is it? I think it might be called Spiderweb. Anthony Starr, not Chris Starr. My bad. Okay, I did just find it. The movie's called Cobweb. It's actually gone lower down in the ratings since I last checked, and I thought it was quite an underrated movie. Like I said, a lot of people didn't like the ending to the movie, and I did think the ending was probably one of the worst parts of it. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Definitely check that out if you're a fan like these kind of suspense. Although you can check out many a horror movie for that. But yeah, it's got Anthony Starr as well as I can't remember the lead female of the movie, but I remember watching a few of her movies when I was younger and really enjoying it. She was fantastic. That both Anthony and her were fantastic in that movie. Unrelated point then. So. Even though she wasn't a parasite, I still feel like we should have maybe scolded that woman for even thinking about slapping her kid. I say that. I don't. Such a. it's very controversial, like slapping kids and kid abuse stuff, isn't it? There is definitely a line where it is child abuse. I also think maybe sometimes it is necessary. Never necessary per se, but pain is an important teaching thing. Like, just to humans, we learn very well from pain. Doesn't mean you should abuse your child. It's such a difficult one. I got slapped on my bum as a kid. Oh shit. Ah shit. I actually prefer this girl here, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, I got slapped as a kid on my bum. I wouldn't say it was child abuse. Again, and looking back on it, I pretty much fully deserved it every time I did. I'd done something stupid or made some trouble or something. So again, I wouldn't say it was wrong. Again, the definition of it is wrong, but again, it's just a very controversial topic, and it does go case by case. But I do just want to actually rewind here. Apologies. Honestly, again, I don't like this. I know. I imagine most of the audience, potentially as well, will prefer him choosing this girl. But I actually prefer the other girl. I feel like this girl is always she's always questionable, if that makes sense. She always seems confused. Like 90% of the time when we see her, she's confused and just she seems to be massively deliberating something in her head the whole time. Don't get me wrong, I like her and she's cute and she's nice for sure. But yeah, she's also just not as interesting to me as the other girl. I don't know. I prefer the darker haired girl. I can maybe see the darker haired girl now getting in some trouble due to witnessing this situation. Don't get me wrong, I really didn't like the fact that the darker haired girl actually shoved it in this red haired girl's face a couple episodes ago and snuggled up to Shinichi when she came around the corner. I thought that was quite funny, but I didn't like that, of course. But yeah, a bit of a shame actually for me. So yeah, she felt him there. And a lovely little smile on her face. And it's weird as well. She's saying he's changed so much and she doesn't like him changing and all this. And she still kisses him and likes him, even though he's changed so much. What's the deal? I really like her outfit here as well, you know. Oh, get yourself a human boyfriend. Go get yourself a human boyfriend, girl. So yeah, like this. Why'd you kiss him if you're so questioning every... Sorry guys. Every fucking scene she's questioning him. You just kissed him. Why'd you kiss him? I don't get girls. She really liked it. Really. Why are you going ahead and kissing him if you're questioning who he is? He's not the guy that you really liked, so why are you now actually progressing further with him? Surely it should be the opposite. 3. They're grouping up, aren't they? We're seeing that throughout this series, to be honest, aren't we? We're seeing less and less of these parasites by themselves. The whole Parasyte political party. Wouldn't that be hilarious if these guys get like voted in?
見られたか。いや、この人混みだから。
見られたよ。目があった。だがこちらにはあまり関心がないようだ。珍しいものも見られたし、ひとまず退散しよう。
ああ。寄生生物が市長候補。一体何考えてんだ。
あ、泉。
なんで君がここに。
なんでって、ここは私が住んでる町だし、私が泉を呼び出したんじゃない。
そうだったね。こと環境問題に関しては、今こそ。
No, he's still looking at us.
まずい。
It isn't. As I said, I feel like that guy that's staring at him. Obviously, we saw his massive trouble from the fucking way he just took down a whole Yakuza building. But even away from, even if we didn't just see that, just the scenes from like what we see in the opening of that guy, I think tells us that he's a massive issue. But yeah, well, that would be fucking hilarious, wouldn't it? Like with the whole conspiracies in the real world about the fucking president and like Biden like wearing masks, and the president and people in power being like lizard people and stuff. This would be hilarious to actually see these people actually vote actual kind of aliens in a sense into power. Believable as well. I don't know. I feel like the general. I don't vote or anything political, and you may berate me for that or whatever. Oh, you should use your power to vote, blah blah blah. But if I don't believe in anybody I'm voting for, or why should I? There's never been someone that like, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever vote or anything in my life. I'm hot. Kokoro. So I think that's watching. Again, on that point, I just maybe it's to dissolve myself of any kind of regret regret of voting someone in that does something like terrible or something. But again, if there's not any, I just politicians like their main job is to alienate people essentially, isn't it? Is to get people to vote for them. Their number one intention isn't to do good or help out. It may very well be in there somewhere to help out like the general public or whatever, blah blah blah. But to get into that position, they need to gain popularity and votes, and that is their number one goal. And I just don't see that as and they'll do anything to do that. So I just hate talking about politics and stuff like that. I just and again, a lot of people very much on the other side of that, like politics are important in the social kind of construct that we've designed, but ultimately I just feel like it's I just can't get into that stuff. But it would be interesting to see it here. I don't mind it too much in like movies and such. Again, I actually like, as I said earlier, I'm looking forward to actually seeing more government stuff to do with the parasites here and how they kind of deal with that situation. I already thought it was quite interesting how they manipulated things last week in terms of getting people to pick people's hair. I thought that was really interesting, seeing them integrate that into society, and it's just amazing that they can do that so quickly. But yeah, pretty awesome episode today. But I've got another one coming. But awesome start here with the interesting dream. But this action scene here, especially with the Yakuza, was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? I like this a lot. And again, just tells us how much of a danger this guy's going to be. Even just like, again, even if we didn't see that, just the look this guy has, he just looks like a dangerous guy, doesn't he? He just looks like that unassuming guy that would just, has just like killed millions of people with just like the push of a button or something. I don't know, like an Oppenheimer type or something like that. I haven't watched that movie. I actually need to watch that. But I think we see pictures of him in the opening. Again, there's that guy in like the key visual, at like the right at the back of the key visual. I'm not sure if that's him or not. I think this is him here. I assume that's him here. But is it this guy? Yeah, is he this guy? Do you reckon? I think it might be. And this guy looks, I like that guy design a lot. So I'm kind of hoping it is. But yeah, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about the whole relationship stuff. It makes sense. Obviously, Shinichi's feelings are for this red-haired girl. Like whatever I prefer. Again, I prefer the other girl. But for Shinichi, this is like, yeah, this is. It makes perfect sense. Like she's liked him, and I think he's always had a thing for her as well. And I think they're like childhood friends or whatever. Like it's just logical, and yeah. But as I said, I feel like why is she now taking the step to kiss him, have this date with him after all these questionable things arise? Like she really liked who he was, and she's been questioning him changing so much, and she hasn't outwardly said she dislikes the change. I think we get that vibe that she dislikes it from how she said like how he was so nice and such before, and just like normal human logic of him throwing dogs in the bin and so on. It's just, yeah. But then ultimately she's taken the next step with him. It's like, what in your thoughts are telling you to take this step? Again, I'm not sure if this is just girls, just they say they want a nice guy to settle down with and such. And like I said, I was most popular with the women when I was the delinquent. They very much go against what they say a lot of the time, perhaps. But yeah, I feel really bad for this girl. I wouldn't say she's crazy, but having dreams over him and such, it might be part of her like power or whatever it is, but it definitely shows that she's got a massive interest in Shinichi, and I feel really bad for her. I think she's quite cute actually. Although, again, as much as I say this, I'm still questioning why she was hanging around with bullies. Like that's definitely a questionable part of her character. But yeah, I definitely feel bad for her. Oh, I actually did just want to rewatch this scene here as well, to be honest with you. Like she's questioning who he is, yet you just kissed him. And what did she mean? That's why I wanted to rewatch this scene. What did she mean by this? If only we'd get on closer much sooner. It felt like she was trying to say, oh, if only I knew him better earlier, then I wouldn't have built up these feelings for him, knowing now that he's such a strange guy. But that's just me filling in the blanks in my head. Like that could be totally the opposite. But that's just like, that's the logical thing for me. Like this doesn't make sense, does it? If only I knew. If only we'd gotten closer much sooner, I could believe that you are Izumi-kun. How does that make sense? If I got to know you better sooner, then I'd believe you're Izumi, even though you're not really Izumi right now. If that actually happened, it would be the opposite. I'd very much know that you're not Izumi right now. Surely. I'm going crazy here? Without any doubt. Again, is it not the opposite? If she got to know him better before, then she'd know he's not Izumi right now. My brain's fried. It's funny, isn't it? The amount of complexity in this series and the questions I ask about humanity and parasites and so on. The most confusing bit is the fucking the human relationships. I think that speaks volumes as well, doesn't it? The most confusing and baffling part is the human relationships at everything. But yeah, again, do let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And we'll get straight into episode 12. Okay, looks like we're in another dream sequence. Again, I can't imagine these are like normal dreams, are they? Is it gonna be as I expected with the hair? Oh, we're not gonna know just yet. Okay. Again, I'll try and spot that guy in this opening again. The mayor, the guy who's running for mayor or whatever. I also want to see how this woman's baby's getting along. Did she kill it, do you reckon? The human toxin? I don't know what it was. I think I really want this to be like a full song, but I think it's been an ages since I did listen to the full version. But I just feel like the full version wasn't anything like this version of the song. I can't remember why that was. Hmm. Oh, I don't know. Something tells me they will. Something tells me they will get elected. Again, it's just that irony. They actually vote for the least human person possible. I doubt that. True. That's the thing I was thinking about with the Yakuza. What if they like take over the Yakuza and they have like an organized unit? Even worse, actually being in the government. Dangerous behavior, whatever it is, from these parasites, isn't it? Dangerous behavior. Which is again funny. The most civilized, some of the most civilized behavior we've seen from them, right here, is the most dangerous. Did you need such a big eye? Yeah, evidently that guy is a parasite as well. The guy that's actually running for mayor here. I think we see him in the opening as well, don't we? Energize. That's how it goes, man. But that's the same with almost everything. The more you look for it, harder it is to find. I'm actually so surprised this guy isn't dead. I survived this long. Yeah, it certainly sounds strange from his perspective. Yes. Well, at this point, I'm pretty sure, like, she said it herself. Are you a parasite? She's got some massive clues already. Oh, shit. You know what this also reminds me of? It reminds me of a video I saw on Twitter yesterday. It's nothing really important, but just about like online dating, which doesn't really apply to this, but I guess it's slightly similar in terms of like she gets this signal and assumes it's Shinichi, but yeah, like meeting someone like online and such. It was this girl that met someone I think on like a dating website, and she got in their car and she ended up getting abducted, but it was her parents that abducted her, just showing her how easy it would be just to get sold off some foreign country and be never seen again. Quite crazy. I do feel for women. Like, I'm glad I wasn't born a woman. For a few reasons. I imagine a lot of women are glad they're not born men for plenty of reasons as well. But in terms of like safety, like I can walk home. Again, when I was delinquent, I was walking home like 3-4 a.m. Shady places at night time. Walking past multiple suspect people and such, and as a guy, I know that for me personally, maybe not apply to all guys, but I've always been a very fast runner, so I know I can pretty much get out of any situation if the needs be. I can sprint away from pretty much anyone. But yeah, even as a guy, nothing like that came up to me, if you know what I'm saying, because I was a dude. Imagine if I was a female and done what I did when I was younger. Yeah, I imagine I would have gotten some very precarious circumstances with men, I feel like. But yeah, it's just a whole lot dangerous. And situations like this, like as a guy, I could be pretty safe knowing I could walk out at a time like that at night. Whereas for this girl, I just don't feel safe for her whatsoever. Funny enough, again, oh shit, I was on mute that whole time. Apologies. Funny enough, I feel like in America, I never want to like live in America or anything because all the guns and stuff. But I do almost feel like as a woman, if I lived in America, I would certainly have a gun, and I probably would feel quite a bit safer than if I was to live in the UK and go out at night. I'd definitely be, if I went out past 9 p.m. any night as a woman in America, I'd be bringing a gun with me. For sure. Yeah, the fact there are things like R alarms and pepper spray just tells you all you need to know, really, doesn't it? You got lucky there, girl. I do kind of wonder why that Parasyte didn't try to kill her there, though. Seems like a good opportunity. Good. Good. Do you reckon Miggy could pretend to be asleep though? Should she not just believe this just based on the dreams that she's seen? I believe that she does believe this, but I don't know why she's questioning him like this right now. As I just said, I feel like he's just explained the whole Parasyte stuff to this point, to the point of where he said his hand can change into stuff, and she's dreamed of him on a horse defeating these parasites, one, and two, with his hand morphing into swords and stuff. So Is it not weird that he has just confirmed your dreams? Is that not reason enough to believe Shinichi here? That would be for me. If someone said something was real that I dreamed about, I'd be like, holy shit. Maybe I wouldn't, like, because it's the real world, I would outwardly believe him. But if I was in this universe, if I dreamed of something so specific and someone else mentioned it, I'd be like, holy crap, yeah. No, I'm going to believe you. No one else could have known that. I think that was in my head. Emotions are a powerful thing, though, I guess, aren't they? That would, yeah, but I'm not sure I believe that's the case, judging from what we just saw. Again, but why? Why are you able to? It's a blessing and a curse, isn't it? I guess it's just the part about him being part Parasyte that she doesn't fully believe. Who would have guessed? Well, I actually think they might be more intelligent than humans, judging from how fast they learn. This is the big question. That's the question I've been asking this whole time, isn't it? How? How has this woman got these powers to sense like this? Like, we haven't seen anything else so unnatural from the series, from a normal human. Everything has got to do with the parasites. Everything kind of supernatural got to do with the parasites. That's the thing, isn't it? You're linked to him by fate, but he's not exactly linked to you by fate. Oh shit! I'm probably gonna be talking crazy right now. I'm probably gonna be talking crazy right now. I don't know, just based off of this. This is not a lot to go off. But if you remember in the first episode, we haven't seen anything from like the origin of these parasites or anything at all till this point. Do you reckon because we know so little about how this girl's power works or anything, do you reckon she is somehow connected to like the spores that birth these parasites? You know, those like cell type things. Do you reckon they maybe like emit from her or something? Or she must be. I say must be. It's not must be at all. But do you reckon she's connected to that in some way? I don't know why. This shot here just made me think that with like these almost spore-like things coming off from her right here. This could just be an effect. Don't get me wrong, and it most likely is. But maybe that's why we know so little about it, because it's going to be like a major thing later on in the story. Just an absolute guess right there, to be honest with you, but there's got to be some reason we don't know by now. So it's sad though, isn't it? I feel like it's so sad that she's even more likely to get a depressing ending. I like her a lot, you know.
っていうの？冗談じゃないわよ。おこぼれちょうだいの犬みたいにつきまとって、もう顔も見たくないわ。
きついな。
That was very harsh.
嫌われると。
ごめん、言い過ぎた。でもどうしようもない。どうしていいのかわからない。ごめんね。やっぱり言うよ。君を敵に回すわけにはいかない。だが私が眠っている間に勝手なことをされるのもごめんだ。例の女、カナの能力が強まったというより信号を発するようになった。
Ah.
非生生物同士がお互いの居場所を感じる信号だよ。
How?
帰り道で私の方が感じ
She's not part Parasyte, so how?
そんな信号を発したら奴らに探知
That'll
され
come.
あの子は殺される。
How is that possible though?
極度に精神を集中させた時だけだろう。信号の届く範囲も小さい。
なんでその時すぐに。
Crazy this is.
教えてくれては
It also reminds me of, I always say this about these parasites, insects. So there's a lot of links between insects and these parasites, isn't there? Insects emit
全部あの子に
kind of scents and pheromones and such to attract partners and so on, don't they?
なあ
To warn off predators,
ならないよ。
so that others know their location,
お前の姿を
to mark their territory.
大事
I think that that one's not too insect-like, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
この時はしらばっくれたのに。お前もあくまで右手のふりをしてたらただの女子高生のたわごとで済むしな。
そうだな。
じゃあ急がないと。明日は村野と。
Which one's more important?
早く着いちゃったな。
Shinichika.
昨日の約束忘れてないだろうな。
ああ、だがまずいぞ。仲間が2人近づいてくる。もしもし。
ごめん、待ち合わせの場所を変えたいんだ。とにかく駅前には来ないで。また電話するから。
え？あの2人だ。
行こう。
待て。動けばかえって怪しまれる。電話をかけるふりをしろ。
The hair is still there, okay.
今度こそちゃんと私の力を見せてあげる。あなた一人。
That was also a little bit strange. Although, is that a Japanese thing? I mean, I don't think obviously it's not a normal Japanese thing, but it might be part of like some kind of legend or myth or some kind of Japanese tradition or something, because I haven't seen it too many other places, but in Gintama, they done something similar actually. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was during like quite a tense moment where they could have potentially died. They each grabbed a hair of each other's and gave it to each other, and yeah, it must be some kind of like symbolistic thing. I'm not sure exactly what it means, but it means you care about that person a lot, I do imagine. Again, I'm actually kind of surprised to see the hair still here. Like I said, I assumed it would actually might vanish. I'm still holding on to that as well, by the way. I'm still assuming it might vanish at some point. But yeah, it just shows how much she cares. I don't know. I don't know what it is about this girl. I do just like her quite a lot. We don't actually want that, unfortunately. She left her phone? I guess she doesn't want to connect to him in any other way than the signal. Which like I said, I feel like her story is already quite depressing, that she's gonna have a super, yeah, depressing and bad ending. Honestly, I have got bad vibes. I hope not. I've got bad vibes.
カナの出す信号をつかめないのか?
I'm also not sure how the signals work, but what happens when there's also a parasite strong and smart enough to replicate other people's signals? Not that I don't know. I'm not sure that'll be a thing, to be honest with you. I'm not sure it's necessary for them or anything. Oh, fuck's sake.
見つけたのか?
違う。仲間のノウハウだ。
今はそんなの。待てよ。カナがそのノウハウをキャッチしたら。
近づいていくかもしれん。
トガ!
泉、私、あなただけを感じることができたんだよ。
Shit. Who is this? Do it, bro. Ah.
右防御頼む
Fuck him up. Jesus. Fuck's sake, man. I knew it. So does this mean, do you reckon we'll never find out what her deal was? Oh yeah, you know what? This is kind of similar to that. The hair fell off. It never disappeared though. You should have chose her, bro. Wow. What a fucking... what transition that is. Oh, that fucking sucks, doesn't it?
これは内密の話だが、彼はパラサイトに母親も殺されているんだ。不愛想ですね。事情聴取の連続でいい加減うんざりしているんだろう。念のため髪の毛も抜かせてもらったしな。それは傷つきますね。そうも言ってはおれんさ。外車はパラサイトにやられた。しかし、そのパラサイトを殺したのは、あばらを突き破って心臓をえぐり出し、壁を破壊するほどの力で叩きつけるなんて人間には無理だ。つまり、最低もう一匹はいたはずだ。化け物同士の仲間割れ。それも視野に入れて考えねばな。
Well, that is unfortunately one of the best female characters in this show gone. So now it's just again, I like Morano, but I wouldn't say she's one of the best characters. There's just Ryoko left, really. Damn, this guy been crying big time. Sorry guys, I do just need to pause because the ending is coming in here. But damn, this is an awesome scene. I feel like Shinichi should just let him get his anger out, to be honest with you. I mean, I know it's not exactly Shinichi's fault, but the points this guy's making are incredibly sound, aren't they? So yeah, I do just need to turn the music off just because, yeah, don't want to get blocked or anything. I don't think that's exactly the case, is it? But again, I don't know why, I just find that incredibly relatable to circumstances I've been in. Not have you hurt yourself? But as I said, I can't help but find that incredibly relatable. Like, again, I've been through things that other people, and had things happen that other people would cry for, that are deemed like, yeah, just like moments you'd be very emotional at, and I haven't felt normal in terms of I should be feeling more sad or more distraught about a certain event, and then actually just like it's not really fazed me near as much as everyone else. It's not been to a point where people like questioned me about not feeling a certain way like here, but I felt that about myself for sure. It's like, why aren't I feeling as sad as I maybe should be, and that I've seen other people react to. But I've mentioned this before in a video, in one of these reactions, I believe, about the fact that also in the opposite way, I've reacted more emotionally and cried at stuff that plenty of people don't usually cry at and get emotional about. So maybe that's just like, I don't know. I've always felt quite alien and weird, to be honest with you guys, in regards to comparing me to a normal person. I feel like quite a lot of people feel that way though, quite alien. But yeah, I've always kind of felt that way, to be honest with you guys. Always felt quite awkward, out of the social norms, and yeah, I've just always felt a bit alien. So maybe that's why I like this series so much as well. But again, that's a quite common thing though, to feel alien. There she is, Ryoko. Hello, sadness, my old friend. Okay, yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Again, 2 really awesome episodes today. 2 really awesome episodes. Rest in peace. I don't remember the girl's name, to be honest with you. It wasn't said very often. Was it like a Kebi or something like that? I'm not sure. But yeah, rest in peace to her. Like I said, she was one of my favourite female cast members alongside Ryoko, which is a shame to see her go. I kind of knew it was coming. Her story was so sad and depressing in terms of love and the love she had for Shinichi, and just that not being like the deep love she had as well. Like, she was dreaming so much about him. Her whole everything we saw from her was all about him. So again, you just kind of felt like things, as soon as things never went well romantically, things weren't going to go well for her in general, which sucks. So yeah, rest in peace to her. Again, one of my favourite female members of the cast, but looks like we'll be getting Ryoko back after a few episodes without her, which would be nice. Again, she's also very interesting. I can't wait to see what she's done with the baby or anything. Lots of interesting stuff again though today with again, ironically enough, them electing an inhuman mayor, which just, I don't know why, that makes perfect sense to me that would be the case. I can't even really explain it. It just does make sense to me that would be the case. But yeah, great episode here. I really love the reaction from the bully guy here as well, actually. I loved his reaction at the end here. I really like this scene when it went. That's always a classic thing, a classic kind of cliche I love in anime. When it and they haven't done it, I don't believe, in this show yet. When they kind of fade the ending into the final scene, I thought this was actually really well done here. I liked that a lot. I liked his reaction to it. I thought Shinichi's reaction to it was quite interesting as well. But yeah, a little bit devastating. Do let me know what you guys thought about these couple episodes today, though. Again, some fantastic stuff here. Again, especially interesting is the whole kind of society of the Parasytes, and then again, now that they are mayor, it is really interesting seeing how they kind of build a society really of Parasytes, like how they organize it so they'll have food yet keep kind of hidden from the normal people. And again, as much as I'm not really interested in politics and stuff, I'm going to be super interested in actually seeing the politics of these Parasytes. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought of these episodes in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next time with episodes 13 and 14.